Hey, this is Tony Stinyard, Director for Hire, and you're watching Mocha in the Morning.
Mocha Marvels, welcome, welcome, welcome. I am your host, Miss Keisha Boyd, and of course, I am here with my officially Jorge, my chemical legend. Hey, baby.
Good morning, sunshine, Mocha Marvels. Happy International Women's Month. Yeah,
Thank you.
However you identify, happy that month to you.
Listen. This is the month for the ladies, and I'm here for all of it, okay?
Yes.
All of it. There's so much to celebrate, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Not just women's history, but I mean, it's always a celebration. Like obviously we have our months to do these things, but
we have our times of the month.
Right.
Especially as women.
Especially as women. Bless his little heart. Okay. So yeah, I mean, I am feeling good. It's the beginning of a new month. Okay, we're getting ready for full spring. We okay.
We about to look like not only are we setting it off on season 6 and Look in the Morning, yes, but we're gonna spring it on all of y'all.
Ooh, I like it. He's quick on his feet, y'all. He's quick on his feet. Yes. All right. So listen, there's so much that we're going to talk about, so much that's happening.
I know. What's the matter, though? You sound very like
stuffy. Wah.
It's just pollen.
But am I cute?
I don't
am I cute?
I don't want to go outside.
But am I cute?
All that green stuff is all over the place, and I'm not.
I don't know if the producer can hear me, but I said, "Am I cute?" Though.
Oh yeah, girl.
Okay.
I love this.
Okay, I'm still cute, but I'm stuffy.
I love this salmon color that you're wearing.
Oh yes.
Or coral,
You know, this is my favorite color. I think it just looks amazing on my chocolate skin.
Oh yes, I would agree, and I love the swirl that you got going on too. Who don't like a swirl?
You don't like a swirl, baby. A little body rub.
Is it too early for this kind of conversation in the morning?
I mean, it's time somewhere, honey. But listen, we have so much to talk about today. We have steamers, we have piping hot. but first,
coffee. Y'all gonna need it today. Y'all gonna need it because we're gonna spring it on you.
Ring it, baby.
If you would like to share an event or join our Mocha in the Morning crew as a guest contributor, email us at mochamorningshow@gmail.com or slide in our DMs. Thank you for adding a little flavor to your morning blend.
All right, Mocha Marvels, welcome back to Mocha in the Morning, where we're adding a little flavor to your morning blend. And it is time for my officially Jorge with this week's steamers. What you got for us, darling?
Yes. Oh my goodness, the steamers this week, Mocha Marvels. Girl, okay, let me.
You okay?
Yes, I'm just so excited about it. So let's talk about the NAACP Image Awards. What? Oh my goodness. Queen Latifah as the hostess with the most S. And the winners, let's talk about Angela Bassett. Come on, representing the Berg. Hello.
DST. Ooh.
I mean, just her acceptance speech, I just watch her mouth when she talks anyway. So
hello.
Not only that, Brittany Griner. At first I was like, who was that? Because her locks are out. And I'm like, oh yes, come on, Brittany Griner. Up on the Serena Williams. I got an award.
Evers.
Oh my God. Abbott Elementary.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Well, we have a very very Mocha Marvel montage to show all of you about some of the best moments at the NAACP Image Awards.
Take a look.
I guess Angela Bassett did the thing.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. To all of you who are here this evening, I accept this honor because it's something that I take as a privilege to serve. But for me and all of you here, our work is still undone.
So, what were some of your favorite moments of the NAACP Image Awards?
You know what? I was very happy to see Angela Bassett win Entertainer of the Year because she's so deserving. And she should have won. But you know what? There were a few special moments. Now, behind the scenes, I was very proud because the show actually, parts of the show were produced by my good friend. David S.
Hey, David! Shout out to David S.
And they're Rattlers and good friends. And I am so proud to watch them do their thing. And my good friend, my roommate, my college roommate, was a photographer at the awards this year. So that was good for her. But Ben Crump, attorney Ben Crump, like really moved the crowd with his words and his, calls to action and just, you could just see and feel the energy in that room when he was speaking about, standing up for our children's futures and fighting. And when he said we have to fight until hell freezes over, and then we gotta fight on the ice, I was like, come on, Ben. Come on. Because
that's a hashtag right there. Fight on the ice.
You got to fight on the ice. Once hell freezes over, you got to still fight on the ice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's always going to be something. And so I think that was probably one of my best moments of the NAACP Awards, is just hearing him really speak, because he is the representative for the people and justice at this moment, So, yeah.
And again, it is Quinta Brunson.
Yes.
Yeah, and who brought her people up there, and Viola Davis. Anyways, fantastic. It was super fabulous. So congratulations to all of the winners. Now, let's talk about a rocky episode on the Oscars.
Literally.
So Chris Rock will finally address the incident that happened, of course, at last year's Oscars.
Right.
And or this year's Oscars for last year's films. Well, I mean, Chris Rock made a joke about Jada Pinkett. We all know Will Smith didn't like that. He made a comment, went up to the stage. It was a slap heard around the world. And he's really been very mum about it, but now he is actually going to bring it out. There's a new special, and it's called Chris Rock Selective Outrage. And I can identify that. I like to be selective about what I'm outraged about. Anyways, it's been almost a year, girl.
I know. A whole year, and I think Will spoke about it, but we really want to hear from Chris, you know what I mean? And what he is feeling and what he felt in that moment. It's so many unanswered questions. It really, really.
Yeah. Well, I went back and watched the clip, because I was thinking, well, maybe it was a stunt. Like, let me make sure. But no, like, I saw an angle of it was like for real. And the way Will walked off that stage, like, and what?
Right. Entitled. That was like, so like, ain't nobody gonna do nothing to me because I'm Will Smith. Like, I don't know if he felt like he felt like he redeemed himself from all the Philly bullying he endured as a child, like with that slap. But I mean, once again, it's just emotional trauma. Trauma just follows you throughout your life. I don't care how much money you have, how many films you have. When you have emotional trauma, childhood trauma, it's gonna follow you until you deal with it.
Very interesting. Well, yeah. He said that he got hit so hard that he heard "Summertime" ringing in his ears. So this is the thing, though. This is the thing. So Will Smith. Will Smith did that at the Oscars. I would like to see if Will Smith would have done the same thing at the cookout during summertime. Like, would it have gone down the same way?
Hell no. He would have been on that damn grill. He would have been the summertime fun. No.
No. Well, I can't wait to see all that. So stay tuned for all of that. All right, Chris Rock. Anyway, oh yes, moving right along, and I am so excited for this. We have a little clip that we're gonna share with you, but Monique is ready. Okay, the special is coming, and she is ready to share all of her secret. Watch this little clip.
Yes, my name is Monique. This one right here is personal. This one right here, when you walk away from this one, when you turn your TV off from this one, you'll say, now we understand that woman.
Anyways, the special is titled "My Name Is Monique," and basically it's going to focus on the unfair parity between her compensation offer and that of male or white comedians. Like, it's a lot of there's a lot of layers to this Monique story. Not only that, she's had some issues with some of her, her sisters in the biz.
Oh yeah, she did. I mean, she's had issues with quite a few people, but most recently with Kim Whitley and Sherry Shepherd. She said they, basically, said, gave her backhanded compliment, basically, just she dealt with them delicately, but with the same, but they understood where she was coming from. You know what I'm saying? They understood that she was like, when I see y'all, it's gonna be some smoke in the city, and we ain't gonna touch hands or nothing like that. But I'm gonna let y'all know that y'all don't backhand compliment me, tell me, trying to give me a congratulations, but then criticize me at the same time. No, we're not doing that. So
it will be very interesting to see if Monique is an actual guest on Sherry Shepherd's talk show.
That would be very. I mean, they have a podcast. Her and Sherry and Kim have a podcast. They just won an NAACP award for that too. They can have her on either, and it would still be, interesting to see how that conversation goes.
Like, I would love to see Monique and Wendy Williams on Sherry's show. Like, I want to be in the audience for that.
Of course you do. You and everybody else. Okay, because honey, you talking about drama. Ooh.
So now, speaking of sharing secrets, it looks like Michael B. Jordan is not only sharing secrets, but also being a little bit revealing that he had to apologize to his mom for his very, how should I say, sexual chocolate underwear ad.
Yes, Michael B. Jordan. Yeah.
So,
honey, Michael B. Jordan, let me tell you, fine. Okay, is the word. Michael B. Jordan is fine. I understand his mama already know that her son is a sex symbol child. Her church members talking about, oh girl, your son. They telling her she know her son fine. But listen, in addition to just this beautiful photo shoot that he may have had to apologize to his mama about, like between him and Jonathan Majors, like, they are dominating, okay, with this Creed promo. They are killing the game. And that picture with the two of them like embracing, have you seen that? Oh, I just love the brotherly love. I just love it. And it was so interesting because Michael B. Jordan was saying that, he lost one brother with Chadwick Boseman, and he's gained another in Jonathan Majors. I was like, I love it.
That's the way it should be.
Yes.
But at the same time, even though mama's like, when the set passed the plate, she's like, oh, did you see my son?
Did you see my son, honey? In his drawers.
Yeah, now we know what's in between him and his Calvins. Now we know.
I cannot with you.
Yeah, so let's put the image up there one more time. Look at us thirst trapping on our own show. Let's take advantage of somebody else's thirst trap for the
Yes.
view. Let's do that. Anyways, that image was shot by the famous Mert and Marcus. All right, let's talk about what's happening in these streets. So, Sesame Street has a new puppeteer, and for the first time ever, it is a young, beautiful, fabulous Black woman.
Amazing.
Now you never get to see you never really get to see who the puppeteers are, right?
Right.
So we never really known like whether there was or not.
Yeah.
But there is now, and we're letting all of you know.
Yeah. Congratulations, sister girl.
And she set up Megan Pifus. Is that her name? Yeah. So it wasn't until 2020 that the program had its first Black female puppeteer, but she said that when she was 10 years old, she was first introduced to puppetry and ventriloquism. Wow, I said that on the first try.
I'm proud.
Didn't I? Wow, woo-hoo. By a woman at her church. Now, if you are going to be inspired to be a puppeteer, what other place in the church to see a whole bunch of people puppeteering?
Yeah,
inspiration, to become a puppeteer for a Muppet. You know what I mean? Like just because there's so many characters, so I can your imagination is gonna run wild, right?
Yes, absolutely. So surely is.
Yeah. And she's also created some of her own puppets too. So puppets, Muppets, puppeteering,
all that.
That's a lot, but congratulations to her. I cannot wait to see all that go down, and all of you stay tuned for us. What's going to be happening up in these streets. And speaking of the streets, it's baby time. Yay. Now, Keke Palmer and her partner, Darius Jackson, just gave birth to the first child. And why everybody on Twitter was like tripping. Like everybody online was just like dragging them. This couple just had a baby, and why are you so concerned about what the baby's name is?
Honey, she told them when she announced it that my baby got a Black History name. Now, Leotis is real old. It's giving
Leotis and Drelton Jackson.
It's real Black. It's real. When they see that name, they gonna be like, Leotis. Leotis look like he need to sing a blues song. But come on now, he cute as a button. Yes, he is.
Okay. Our producer is saying that Leotis sounds like he fought for our civil rights.
Civil rights. That's
still
right.
Fighting and still
we are still fighting. Listen, Leotis, just like we compared Jonathan Major's face to old civil rights face because he got old. Leotis is the same thing. He sound like he was out there marching, doing his thing. So he better do something great.
Okay, what are some other names out there that could have been?
Anything. But we're in a trend now with naming our children like verbs, adjectives. We're not like, my son's name is Honor. Okay,
all right.
Which I love his dad for naming him that. I love it. It's very unique. But you got Blue and North and Scholar and Wave, Culture. All these names, they're not traditional names. So for her to name her baby a old traditional Leotis is quite unique, especially for a celeb.
Have fun with that.
I love it.
But thank you, Keke, because you name your child that, it is all the Keke right now.
Right.
On the internet. Tatiana Alice is acting opposite of Bel-Air. Akira Akbar was like, looking at my younger self. Of course, she's one of the stars of Bel-Air season 2 that all of you can watch. Okay, Tatiana Ali, her new role, Ashley's beloved English teacher, Mrs. Hughes.
That's really cool. They brought her back.
They brought her all the way back.
Yes.
Congratulations for the program even getting a second season.
Correct. Yes.
Because, a lot of these great shows, between Netflix and Hulu and all the other broadcasting networks, they've been really quick to give, people like 1 season, 2 season, maybe 3, and then these shows disappear. We're talking about quality content, that, I mean, there's an audience for. It's not like nobody isn't watching, all this content that's out there, but they're like, yeah, no. So anyways, I'm happy that they have a second season, and it's really awesome that they brought her back.
Yes.
So
yes,
congratulations to her. And some more congratulations. Can we talk about, it is History Month, International Women's History Month, and another woman who continues to make history is Zendaya. Okay. Yes. Zendaya will now earn $1 million an episode. She is going to be now. I mean, you still make the most though for being on this show.
Hello,
but she's almost at your level.
Almost.
And that for being for being younger and in the business, because you've been in it for a while.
I have.
So she is almost at your level, girl. $1 million an episode for Euphoria. How you like that,
honey? And she killed the carpet at NAACP, baby. She looks so good.
She's a carpet killer. So she is a carpet assassin.
Oh, she looks so good. And I mean, she's just doing her thing. She was an executive producer on the show for the second season.
2 Emmys. 2 Emmys.
2 Emmys at 25.
I mean,
Black Girl Magic.
Look, Black Girl Magic directly deposited into her account.
Hello.
creating generational wealth.
Absolutely.
So, anyways, so congratulations to all the winners. Congratulations to all everyone who is participating and making this world a better place for all of our Mocha Marvels. Those are your steamers, everything that is happening in Black Hollywood and entertainment. All
right, Mocha Marvels, don't you go anywhere. We'll be right back with this week's Piping Hot.
Lay Otis. I'm going to change my name.
The Legacy Museum is not like just going to any city's public museum. Okay, you're going to see artifacts, you're going to see interesting things. It is an immersive experience when you walk into the space.
I experienced the National Memorial for Peace and Justice in Montgomery, Alabama. My heart was ripped out. It was stomped on. It was spat on.
I thought I was ready. I'm like, for me, I was like, this is part of what I do. Like, why is this a totally different level, a completely different story?
I would say go. Do not hesitate. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. It is our responsibility to know our history.
This trip really should be required reading across the board for all citizens, because without understanding what actually has happened in our society, it's really hard to think about what's going on today, and more importantly, what our future should look like. This trip really brings that all full circle and makes it whole.
I encourage you as a community member to inform yourself. You don't have to know everything. You can know a little bit and just take action.
Hi, it's Kenya, and you're watching Mocha in the Morning.
All right, Mocha Marbles, we are back with Piping Hot right here on Mocha in the Morning. And I could not do this by myself. So I am so excited to welcome today's contributors. And for the first time, we have a man on the contributors, y'all. Yes. All right. Let's introduce one of our oldies, but definitely one of our goodies, Miss Keisha Woodard.
Happy Friday, everybody.
We missed you. Oh, I missed you, girl. And we have Mr. Tony Stinyard.
Hey there. Happy Friday, Mocha Marvels.
All right. Yes. Let's get into it. There's some things that we're going to talk about. But listen, let's go ahead and start with this Rupert Murdoch situation over at Fox News. So, I mean, I don't know, Kenya, if this is necessarily surprising. I mean, it is, but I don't put stuff past a lot of people. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, listen, it's not totally surprising, but listen, after years of covering trials and things like that, I always tell folks it's the documents is where the spicy stuff is. People think it's the actual trial and the event and all of that, and that can be entertaining as well. But those depositions, baby, you find out all kind of stuff in them. And so what we've learned now is that Rupert Murdoch was fully aware, which I had always suspected. I mean, come on. He was fully aware that, a lot of mistruths, excuse me, may have been being spewed on his news station. But he didn't care. The money was coming in. So what does it matter, right? But now we have it, excuse me, in text, his testifying in the deposition saying that, yes, it's true. I knew, and yeah, and what?
And
that's
what? Right, like, and what?
He's like, and what? So?
Yeah, I certainly am not surprised, I mean, Tony, I mean, people, and I ain't gonna say, white people, but they be doing some underhanded stuff all the time to make sure that their generational wealth continues to build. They don't care who gets hurt in the process.
Right. It just, for me, I just think it was a matter of time for it to resurface. People think they can get away with things so long, and I think we're at that era now with things. We're starting to see a lot of things surface around in this era right now, which is so. Like, agree with you guys. I'm not shocked by this news at all when I first seen it come across my headlines.
Yeah, absolutely.
But now, of course, the question is, what are they going to do? Right? I mean, the big boss, the owner of the station, has admitted that, so how do you fix this? Or do you?
Like, well, stay tuned. All right. Stay tuned. The trickery of the trickers, I tell you. All right. So speaking of some trickery, and so Dilbert, the creator of Dilbert, which we have all grown up watching, paying attention to. Tony, I'm coming to you on this one because I know you're creative and all that good stuff. I know that you said that you were a fan for some years, right?
Right.
So the creator was basically taking information from a poll that said that 20% of Black Americans disagree with the phrase that it's okay to be white. And so he basically said that based on this poll that he saw, that Black people are a hate group and they don't like white people. So therefore, white people should stay away from them. Don't live with them. Don't do, you know what I'm saying? Just because no good is going to come from it. I mean, like, how did he think this was going to go for him after saying something like that?
People, they feel privileged on what they can say. I think he's been hanging out at Fox News a little bit too much. So, but people just get too comfortable not being in the spotlight on things they're saying, and now he's made some headlines, so now he's in hot water. I'm pretty sure he's backpedaling right now. So, and I was a fan of Dilbert. Like, before they even put him on TV, I was looking in the comic books, the newspaper. Mm-hmm. Back in the day, your grandmother, your mother get the paper, whatever. So I used to always go read the little comic sections or whatever, just to get my Sunday, Saturday morning on with them. So, but over time, as I got older, I kind of, I got up out of there or whatever. So it's really like, dude, whatever, who is you?
Yeah. Look, he done effed around and found out though, because Kenya, right. How much of this money has he lost already?
Listen, I think I read that he's now been deleted from over 300 printed products, so newspapers, whatever. That's huge. So, I mean, I can't even imagine, the drop in revenue now that, he's no longer being published in those outlets. But I mean, can I admit that I didn't know that Dilbert was still being published? So this was kind of all new to me.
Right. No. You're not the only one. When I saw them, I was like, they still making Dilbert. I mean, because we don't pick up a newspaper anymore. So
I was going to say that's probably primarily it. I haven't read the comics, and I can't even remember the last time I read the comics. But the other side of this also is that we're in this season of people just really showing us who they are. They're saying the quiet part out loud. And, you know, in some ways it's pretty disturbing because, I mean, who would have thought that the Dilbert creator guy was like this, right? But at the same time, you know, it's like, show yourselves, you know, let's see who you are, you know, please. So we can, you know, make sure that we know which side you're on, right?
Correct. Absolutely. I'd rather you show me who you are than faking, but then I'm blindsided. Like, if you tell me who you are, you don't like Black people, good. Cool.
Right.
That's what I do. I'd rather know that than not. I'd rather know my enemy. Point blank and period. Right, Tony?
Yes, ma'am.
I'd rather know him right up front, please. All right. Now, Kevin Hart, his show got canceled because he made a comment about there being Black Egyptians. And I'm still, Tony, I'm still trying to understand where's the lie. Where's the lie?
Well, you know, they're trying to paint our history. They're doing it here in Florida, so I guess they're trying to do it globally as well. So, who's responsible for the show? Who was putting on? Do anybody knows? I don't know who
the network that he was going.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not sure actually. We'll find out though. But either way, it's not like he's
not lying.
Our Productions is what the producers. You're right. It's not like it's a lie.
Right.
Well, let's talk about what may be a lie. Maybe is the actual quote that is attributed to Kevin Hart. Journalist and podcaster Demetria Lucas pointed out that in her research, trying to find the source of, you know, where this came from, you know, did he say it in an interview? Was it a podcast? Nothing traces back to it's not a direct line between Kevin Hart and this quote and any particular outlet that he interviewed with, or maybe a journal entry or something like that. So it looks like Kevin Hart may be a victim of, you know, slander and lies and whatnot, because there's no direct source of where this may have come from. But to Tony's point, if you know anything about, you know, slightly about, you know, Africans and Egyptians and the continent and things like that, there's this whole thing over there where some, I'm not gonna say all, but some Egyptians feel like they're not African. I'm not sure exactly why. I don't know. I have my theories on where this may have come from, but I'm not a scholar, so I won't go deeply into it. But it's a whole thing, and it's very confusing for me, because it's not Egypt on the continent of Africa.
Hello.
But anyway, yeah, so now we have this situation that's causing uproar, and I don't think it's lost on anybody that Kevin Hart, being a Black American, being attributed to these types of quotes, you know, ahead of his planned visit to Egypt, where there's this friction about what's African and what's Egyptian and if it's Black or not and all that. It just seems it's not a coincidence if you ask me, but that's just me.
Wow. And Tony, you are a creative, right? And as a creative, especially in the arts and in film and productions and all that stuff, I assume that you do things that you have a connection to of some sort, that you have an affinity with, right?
Right. Yeah. So yeah, if I'm anything I'm pretty much I'm dealing with, I have to connect with it some way. I even turn down projects because if I can't connect with it, there's no reason for me to get into that, because it's going to be dishonest or bad information, or just it's not going to be my all into it. So I don't touch it to something I don't connect with.
Absolutely. And so I don't understand why some critics are giving Kevin Hart a hard time about, I think he invested in this company called Black Sands, which is basically a company that creates Afrocentric comic books and animated programs. Why would somebody criticize him? He is Black.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
What is the issue?
What is what do y'all want him to do? What is the problem? He's going to identify, you know, I always said, you you got to go to what you know first. You're a black first, you're a man. Okay. So why wouldn't he want to support things that represent him and his culture?
Represent himself, right.
Correct.
Yeah.
You know,
Makes sense,
anyway,
right? Maybe that's the problem is, it makes too much sense. But I think it's also a really good example for a lot of people who were not aware of how race, ethnicity, nationality, all these things mean different things to different people outside of the Black American sphere. And it's really interesting the different takes that folks have on history and Black people and Africa. It's a head scratcher for sure.
Yes, absolutely. Now, let's move on and talk about Zaya Wade, who is the daughter of Dwayne Wade, and stepdaughter, bonus daughter of Gabrielle Union. And so, well, we were talking about NAACP Awards earlier, and they gave a really, really compelling speech when they accepted the President's Award about LGBTQ rights, etc. Now, Zaya is only 15. Now, when we first heard about Zaya, I don't even remember the baby's name now, when he was a boy, I forgot. Anyway, when he wanted to become, to do this, make this change in his life. And it was like, oh no, he's super young. Like, why would you even allow him to do that? Tony, you're a parent, like, do you think that he should be able to make this permanent change at 15?
No, I'm totally against it. He's still a minor. So yeah, I mean, I have 2 older boys right now. One's 19 now, so I probably would be more lenient towards him doing it. I'm going to support my kids no matter what. But it is a certain age. It's just like, to me, I ain't let you get a earring in your ear till you was 18. So something that significant, I disagree with it. It's just too young. I think later on down the line it can cause mental issues. So, and that's just my opinion about it. But it's just too young for me to make those type of decisions at that age.
Kenya, what do you think?
I think it's great. Listen, Zaya has been very upfront and open about who she is and who she's becoming. And I don't think that this is a situation where it should cause a whole lot of uproar. If she's been forthcoming about transitioning into a woman, the name of the change, the change of the name and the gender formally is just the logical next step. So I don't kind of understand all the uproar, but at the same time, it's expected, right? Because this is still a controversial issue. There are folk who feel like children don't know themselves, right? For some reason, people think that as soon as you hit 18, you know who you are. And, and for whatever reason, it can't be any time before that. Which I find kind of interesting because it seems like folks already know, they make little side jokes about how their son's going to be a charmer or, they're a heartbreaker or whatever. So you've already assumed or decided that your son is heterosexual at the age of 6. But when they're 15, for whatever reason, you've decided that they can't know that they are, a woman and transition into such. I just find it kind of odd. But, congrats to her. And also big ups to D Wade and Gabrielle Union for just being the kind of parents that they are. That's not easy as a child or as a parent. It's not an easy situation.
I respect the whole thing. I just, for me, I want you to develop it a little bit longer on that process, on that thinking process. I don't want you just making mistakes. I don't want the kid to get 25 years old and he's regretting he did it. So it's like, I would like for him to make that decision at a later age, is all I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, I can't say how I would deal with the situation. I don't think most of us would know until we're in that situation. You know what I mean? How we would handle it, because like you said, Kenya, at an early age, we do kind of start to mold what we want from our kids. We want them. Yeah, of course, most parents say, oh yeah, my son is going to be this, my daughter's going to be this, and da. And sometimes they're the very opposite. And it's either you're going to be the kind of parent, like Tony said, I'm going to support my kids either way, whatever decisions they make, however they want to live their lives, as long as it's not hurting them, it's not hindering them, I'm going to support it, right? It's not going to be easy at all, because you have to change your mindset, you have to change your expectation, or not have any expectations at all for your, you know what I mean, in that regard. But I think at the end of the day, like D Wade said before, you know, as a parent, as a father, all he wants to do is get it right. And that's all we want to do is try our best to be good parents, you know, guide them, you know, give them the tools they need so they can grow up and fly right and don't come back home to the nest unless they really got to, you know, that kind of thing. But, you know, to each his own. And I said this before, and I say it again many times, like my father tells me and has said to us many times, you got to do what's best for your address. So if that's what works for your household, then you do what's best for your address. And that's that.
It's working well in theirs.
It's working well in theirs. And I mean, I've often thought about this. I mean, just over time, how a Magic Johnson deals, you know, how he felt and may have dealt with the EJ, you know, right, who is, honey, out here in these streets, fierce, okay? And I mean, as a legend, an NBA sports legend, and your son, and you're like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it has to be, and I could imagine the conversations that he's probably had with D Wade as this change is coming about, you know?
Right.
Well, and let's also, you know, I think, and I'm not a parent, so full disclosure. So I personally don't understand, you know, from a parent's point of view, but I mean, I would like to think that in any situation where someone is raising a human being who may fall outside of norms, you know, you tend to want to try to find a way to kind of, you know, understand and cope with that situation so that, you know, everybody can, you know, be comfortable, or, you know, at least understand that, you know, this is something that we are doing together. I'm not going to ostracize my child, and I'm going to do my best to protect them. So I don't know.
Yeah. That's what we're here for. All right. And then let's talk about, listen, honey, King Charles has a coronation coming up May 6th. Is it May 6th or March 6th? May 6th, I think. Either way, I think it's May 6th. Don't nobody want to perform for him like that. Nobody in the UK, or nobody is signing up. Adele, Ed, what's his name?
Elton John.
Ed Sheeran, girl.
Spice Girl, not even the Spice Girls want to take the check. Okay, like they're like, no, thank you.
Let's talk about how, until you said UK, I thought you was talking about Charles Barkley.
Oh,
because that's the only King Charles we recognize. So, I mean, I'm sorry, but yeah, are we really shocked though? I mean, this is a combination of things. This is the legacy of his mom, and you know, all the royals beforehand, right? And then also Charles's own reputation. Look, I'm team forever Diana. Okay, she is my queen. So, you know, all of the controversy and, you know, everything surrounding that marriage, and he and Camilla, and yeah, I'm not surprised at all. No one's signing on. Not surprised in the least. And and of course, you know, his squabble with Harry and Meghan. I mean, yeah. Stay away. Stay away.
Tony, would you perform for the king if you had a chance? They giving you like 10 million.
Yeah, I'm about to say how much they give you. But no, I'm a pretty loyal person, man. So, and you know, I kind of know. You know, I tapped into the little histories of what was going on over there before him and the Queen and all that. There's nothing I would do over there. I don't even want to visit that place. So no, count me out.
I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna visit, because I am taking a little visit slight.
Oh, I love London. I'm still gonna go.
Yeah. But no, you couldn't get me up there saying. I mean, bless his little heart. I guess he'll find somebody look coming up that's gonna want to get their little shine on. They probably be like, yeah, just give me 500,000 or give me 5,000. Just put me on the screen so I can get me a little shine. But you know what? You know what it reminds me of? When Chrisette Michele sang for Trump, and everybody was like, "Oh no, ma'am! Oh no, ma'am!"
Or how devoid Trump's, his balls were of anything outside of country and rock. Remember, like there was no jazz, no blues,
no, absolutely.
Performers, nothing.
Because honey, Chrisette Michele took a big L for that, because people are like, girl,
right? Yeah, and she's just now
in a winery or something to sing, but not at this. No. So I mean, I understand we are, especially because we are in such a cancel culture. We will cancel you quick.
So Prince Harry, did he RSVP yet?
If he did, you did.
I think you did.
I know he did not. Yeah. All right, Tony and Kenya, thank y'all so much for joining me for Popping Hot. I enjoyed y'all this week, and anytime you want to come back, you are more than welcome.
Appreciate it.
Of course. All right, Mocha Marvel, stay tuned. We'll be right back with more Mocha in the Morning.
All right, Mocha Marvels, welcome back to Mocha in the Morning. Do you have a minute? Because we have some Mocha Marvels on the move. If you're in the Bay Area, guess what? The Strawberry Festival is happening. And check this out. Look's going to be there. The Pointer Sisters, Ludacris, Isley Brothers, CeCe Winans. It's just going to be like super fantastic. So you might want to check that out.
All right. And we're looking for all the golfers in the Bay Area. So Florida A&M University's Plant City chapter, alumni chapter, they are having their annual Orange and Green golf tournament at Rogers Park Golf Course on March 18th. So please go to www.plantcityrattlers.com if you have a team or you want to just join and be a part of a team, support, sponsor, all that good stuff. www.plantcityrattlers.com. Yes. Love it.
Mocha Marvels, it's time for our Mocha moment. And Keisha, let the Mocha Marvels know who's making a splash.
All right, it's Howard University swimming and diving team. They are the champs and they are on top. They took home the 2023 title for the Northeast Conference. So check this out. Not the splash. Oh my goodness, Jorge.
Yeah. Listen, I'm trying to go through because I'm really concerned about this coronation. So, do you got Latoya's phone number? Jackson? Yeah. What is she doing? What's Reby doing? Are they busy? Maybe they'll.
Yes, they busy.
Oh,
they shall not commit. Okay, not even Latoya. Okay, not even TJ, who was given.
And not one Spice. What's Paprika Spice doing? Is she busy?
Paprika Spice, Ginger, they are not ready. They're not with it.
Oh,
they are not with it at all.
Yeah, I'm booked too, so I can't help him out.
Oh, now listen, honey, let me tell you something. If you weren't booking, you went over there, you couldn't come back on him. You hear me?
I can't afford the pounds.
Listen, Mocha Marvels. Listen.
Look, I'm looking for the Brexit right now.
Listen, I'm not dealing with him. I want y'all to follow us on all of our.
Oh, I got one more.
No.
Sorry,
no.
Charlie. Ooh. Is this show over?
Somebody come get him. Come get my cafe con leche, please. Please. Okay, because he is doing the most. Please share the show. Please, please, please let your friends and family know that you are getting served every Friday morning with Mocha in the Morning and all the flavor that you can handle. We love you. We thank you for being with us, tuning in every week. Jorge, you look fabulous, my darling.
I got one more. Like, there's no way we were getting on that chuck wagon. Ooh.
No. Y'all have a good weekend because he is just going to keep going if I do not cut him off. Okay? He don't know how to stop. Love y'all. Have a great weekend. Bye. Have a good
The chuck wagon. I love that.
Swear with me. Body roll. Swear with me. Body roll. Swear with me. No? You're not going to swear with me?
Oh, I'm swirling.
Oh, swear with me. Body roll. Swear with
Body
me.
roll.
Hey.
Then do your lips like that too, right?
And my lips off.